Welcome to the Ask a Poll UAP podcast. I'm your host, Matt Laszlo, based here in Washington, where I hound the nation's lawmakers on your behalf. Thank you so much to all our subscribers, and hey, make sure and give us a like, if you like us, that is. And if you haven't yet, please consider a paid subscription to help this scrappy startup continue changing Washington one interview at a time. And now, here's our latest Ask a Poll exclusive from your U.S. Capitol.
So we're getting ready to go on 10 pool tonight.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Cool.
Can I
nice.
And I don't know if you want to do this together.
Yeah, tag team.
Either way. We're the only reporters on the hood doing this. So I know you can't talk about...
We have 6 minutes to be over at Capitol.
We can walk with you if you want.
That'd be great.
Let's get our steps in. Let's just go broad. 30,000 feet. How do you think both went today?
There's a lot of weird stuff that happened this week. We have 3 people that right now restricted, though you won't be able to put basically.
So we hear.
And I don't know what that's about.
And these would have been briefers.
Yes. And my own staffer. So I won't comment about that.
Yeah.
I want to send this my stuff. Yeah. We're walking over right now.
Was the FBI one classified?
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
So obviously you can't talk about what was said inside. Can you give us what was the nature of why we wanted to have these different than what we previously had?
We learned that the FBI does have it's a very small office that's researching this topic.
Yeah.
And so we reached out to them. They were very open to demonstrating in Congress. And honestly, of all the people that we've talked with, and all the meetings we've had, they are the most professional and brought quite a bit to the meeting. So
yeah.
I was extremely impressed.
So you felt like you got more from them in terms of their investigative chops on the topic than you've gotten from AARO in the past?
For the most part. I mean, it's because I think that they're getting caught up. And what was interesting is that the things that they were showing us are different than the videos that I've seen AARO.
Okay, so they have different material.
They have different material.
Huh.
And which begs the question: Are they working together? And I don't know how well they're working together.
We don't have an answer to that question.
Well, and that's so curious. At the end of last year, FBI, DOJ, and Border Patrol testified in front of Homeland Security, and they said, under oath, we have no fucking idea what any of this stuff up and down the East Coast is.
Right.
And that's where I'm curious if higher ups at DOJ are talking to this office.
To me, that's what the FBI is focused on, is like national security. They want to make sure that whatever these things are, that they're not China, they're not Russia, that they are, or a threatening, and they're sticking within the United States, the purview of the United States.
Yeah.
So if it's something's violating our airspace and violating laws, they have responsibility with it. So but they would like a little bit more direct authority. So they specifically requested that we make some tweaks to some language regarding giving them more authority over this topic.
Was that revelatory because you guys have been so focused on the Pentagon, and if they're looking overseas?
It was.
Yeah.
And they showed us a list of the different agencies and what authorities they have. Yeah. And that kind of became clear because AARO has really only on the list. AARO only had 2, and the FBI they check all the boxes.
Interesting.
Other than the 2 that AARO has. So that AARO has funding for this specifically, but yet the FBI has all the resources. They have all this. Anyway, that's the argument that they were making.
Do you think AARO now needs to go talk to these people?
I think they need to work together for sure.
Yeah.
Did you have any indications like why they're not? It seems obvious as laymen that they should be talking to each other, but you have an idea why they're not doing that right now?
I don't know.
I mean, I guess my question is this. Do you think AARO is closed off in itself? That they're not, they don't want to share? Is that your impression?
No, I don't think so. But what I do think is that it has to do with how it's reported. So,
I'm just working on my balance.
so when somebody reports to the field office, to the FBI, and they say, hey, there's some strange object that's floating over the pond behind my house, then the FBI is going to send people in, investigate it, and at the end of the day, so there's a team that then follows up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very X-Files, like reminiscent of X-Files, to be honest.
Yeah.
How are their clothes?
What?
Do they have cool suits on?
They look like FBI agents.
The essential question.
Right? And they're
Right.
all buttoned up. But at the end of the day, yeah, they send somebody in the field, and then there's a very small team, the way they described it, that can go out and research this. And they said that these guys, they've had people on the team actually see objects.
Interesting.
Let me ask.
Is anyone asking the FBI about the crash retrieval stuff?
We did.
Besides you today.
We did today. They have not had...
Was that
So both AARO and the FBI have not had any direct connection to any hard, like, material, bodies, anything like that. All of that is all... I mean, it is basically people's work. It's just...
No one says they've seen any hard evidence.
Let me ask the flip side of his earlier question. As you're going down with your investigation, are you kind of realizing AARO's kind of power is because they're only as good as the top brass is going to allow them to be?
Yeah, and I think that what we've learned from David Grush in our meeting with AARO is that AARO's focus on DOD and defense and those agencies and what can be reported to Congress. But a lot of this is at the White House level, which is there's programs that are not required to report to Congress.
Interesting. But you guys are dialoguing with them through Tulsi. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, brother.
No, is there a chance that they get in a skiff with you too? DNI folks or something?
Or are you guys done with skiffs? You gonna have this party in the open?
Skiffs are so 2024. Skiffs are so 2024.
Right. No, we're not done. We're going to keep going.
And why is that?
So any chance that you get the White House folks to...
Is this the car?
Yeah, I see.
Is this the car?
This is the car right here.
Okay.
Yeah, his name's Chris.
Any chance you get the White House folks come talk to you about this?
Sit up front.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
I think they're
I think so. I mean, Trump's administration is very transparent. So.
yeah.
Well, thank you, guys.
Wait, that's what y'all keep saying. Y'all haven't even brought in the FAA. You know, Mayorkas had a briefing with the Jersey delegation, and he said, fuck clue what this stuff is. So if he lied to them, I should be investigating that.
Okay.
All right.
It's good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Appreciate you, sir.
I will reach out to you.
Now you gotta reach out to me because you gotta talk about that face peeler case. You guys got it wrong. You can sit up front.
All right. Sorry, I didn't respond to you. I was talking to something.
Thanks for listening to Ask a Poll, your conduit to Congress. I'm Matt Laszlo, offering a hearty thank you to all our supporters out there. Keep feeding us your questions, and we'll keep holding your politicians accountable to you. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe at askapoll.com. We can't do our independent journalism without your support, fam. Cheers.